Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and it has been a hot minute since we had some Dragon Ball Super news, but it is here with the Battle Evolution booster, getting some more information and some card reveals for it. So we got this new post today, and they went back. I didn't really go over this in detail last time that they had some news for this, so looking at their first one here, and this was, I don't remember when they posted this one, but in March 2021 is when we're getting this Battle Evolution booster, and it's where it's pretty much like a mini draft box is kind of how, like, okay, so draft box 4 released a year and a half ago pretty much, and like the idea for this was just to have like a really cool draft set, which I bet it was, but they also released like 100 new cards for it, right? Like, so it includes 103 new cards, and there's also I think there's 180-ish cards in the set, so almost 200 cards in it, and 103 were new. So like half the cards were reprints, and not like a bunch of the reprints just stunk, right? We didn't really need them, and they just kind of a lot of pack filler in that kind of sense. And it really sucked that like the super rares that you could be reprint super rares that are already kind of cheap, right? So this time around, I think they've kind of listened to feedbacks from it, learned from the mistakes for this guy, and so for this product, they have there's only 4. Of all the reprints, only 4 of them are super rares, and they're really good reprints. Like, all 3 of these cards are like $20+ right now, so being able to just get these cards reprinted, I think, are a really, really good idea. People don't have rebrand. I think like this was like the gatekeeper for a lot of green hand destruction decks that I included like a lot. So like if I didn't have my rebrands, I'd be totally lost with them. So having these reprinted are good. Basil's always really good, and they also are saying that there's 3 new reprints. Senzu Bean has been reprinted enough that I'm not too excited for it, but Defending Father Paragus and Universe 9 Assemble are both super duper cool cards, so happy we get those. And I think we get some more reprints. I believe they say specifically, don't look at these spoiler cards. Oh yeah. So 68 new cards and 57 reprints, which means that we get so it's like half the size of the draft box, which I think is good. I think the draft box just had too many cards, and the ratios were just so bad for what you're drawing that it just didn't make sense. And then also like just some of the cards are good that are reprints too, like this Android 21 Bad Omen. This card's like Star Deck exclusive, and the Star Deck's kind of been bought out, so like this is a good card. Bardock, Father and Son, fantastic card. I don't even own this card because it's been so long. And yeah, only since, yeah, once again, there are, what would they say? I think they said there are 12 super rares. Yes. Yeah, there are 12 super rares and 4 of them reprinted. They say it somewhere. Oh my gosh. Where am I seeing it? I swear I saw it. Do I have to do like control find 12? I'm going to control find 12. Let's do it. No. They did it somewhere, I promise. This staying in the video. Alright, here we go. It's on this one. So yeah, for super rares, got only 16 super rares in a set. Like, the last set that just popped had like over 20, which is kind of hard to get what you want. But with 12 of them being new cards, it's really good. And this is like looking like in between of like a themed booster and a draft box, which I think is a really cool product idea. And especially like having such a minor, like small set, and a lot of them are good reprints, assumedly, and just cool cards to boost old archetypes, I think it's a good idea too. So that aside, so there's that. There's my quick thoughts on all that. I think this is a good product, and let's kind of go look at the cards that are coming out. So first we have like this Nappa leader. I think this is the first Nappa leader. So activate main once per turn, add 1 card from your life to your hand, play up to 1 side man from your deck, then shuffle your deck. So that's good. Like, that's playing from your deck means it's technically card advantage because you go +1, and it's also on the board, which is kind of nice. And then when life is 4 left, you can switch up to 1 of your energy active mode, play up to 2 Cybermen cards from your deck, then shuffle your deck, and then flip this card over. So a lot of card advantage from that. Then on the back side, when this card attacks, play up to 1 Cyberman from your deck, then shuffle your deck. Auto once per turn when one of your Cybermen, so you don't get to draw, so that's okay. And the other one, I guess the other side doesn't either. So there's not a lot of drawing, but you get a lot of card advantage. Auto once per turn, when one of your Cyberman cards is KO'd, deals to one of your opponent's battle cards, gets minus 10k power for the turn. So that could be really good, especially like if you like swing into something to have it pop. Like, I don't know, like it could just be. I think most of these cards have blockers. Like, there's a lot of Cyberman blockers and stuff, so that can be good for you as well. Then activate once per turn, look at the top 7 cards from. And it's just KO'd, so it can be from anything. But look at the top 7 cards from your deck. Up to 1 red Vegeta or Nappa card, any cost 4 less among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you add a card to your hand, choose 1 card from your hand placed at the bottom of your deck. So it's kind of like this has like a lot of like Raditz feels to me too, where you get like a bunch of cool advantage for it, but you don't. It's hard to find specific cards that I guess that aren't Vegeta or Nappa, because you just don't get that. But I think it's better that the cycle is on the backside for it instead of like Raditz, where sure you were just like weren't incentivized to flip over because like you lost all your card advantages. It's kind of like a weird surge leader. But like this one, like you get like a bunch more consistency on the backside, and like you want like this is a good backside card for this kind of idea. So really cool there. He has Saiyan and Alien, which is unique. Mostly like these guys just have Saiyan on them, so it's cool that he has Alien. Because look, he just says, oh, because there's Cyberman in it. That's probably why. Because this side, okay, that's why. Okay. I didn't know if they're going to be like, oh, Saiyans are technically aliens, blah, blah, blah. But, okay, so we also have this 4-drop, Energy Exhaust, Deflect, Double Strike, and Dual Attack. Also 4 energy, so you can find it off the backside of your leader. Once per turn, if there's a total of 6 or more battle cards, any cost of 1 in your battle area and drop area, this card attacks, it gains plus 10k power for the turn, then choose up to 3 of your opponent's battle cards and KO them. So, that's really good. It's only a once per turn, so even though this is a double strike, it's still good. So if they have any, like, a bunch of blockers and stuff, so I could see this being kind of nice for doing that. It's just 1 red and 1 green, so that's easy to do. It's not like 2 red, 2 green, or anything too specific for that. But it is an arrival, which most multicolored cards get played are either like broken or they can be arrivaled out. So I think it's still a fine card, but we got that. So it's just kind of like a lot of this is like building up off themes too. That's why I kind of like this is kind of like a themed booster, because it's the idea of being able to it does theme, like a lot of these cards are based off themes from the show and stuff. I mean, they always have been, but like they're really specific scenes and that kind of stuff. I wonder if we're gonna get like a Yamcha card where it's just like being attacked by Cybermen. I bet we will. And then so like the idea, and then you can just boom, do that. So, and he blows up 3 cards, which is because I guess it blew up Piccolo, Tien, and Chiaotzu. So because technically, once again, Yamcha died to a Cyberman, so there's that. Okay, next up we've got our first Android 16. So like, this was the first Nappa leader, right? Because we got, I think it is, but so we got like a bunch of like unique new leaders too. So it's Android 16. Negate the energy exhaust of all your Android 16 cards with a rival blue-green in all your areas, which is really, really good. And then also choose 1 blue or green Android card in your hand, discard it. When this card attacks, draw 2. So very good cycle there. And mostly, like, just being able to choose a blue-green Android card is there's a lot of variety there. And like some of them want to be in like your drop area anyways and stuff, so that's good. And when your life is at 4 or less, or there's a total of 5 or more energy between you and your opponent, you may draw 1 card, switch it to 1 of your energy to active mode, add cards to your life until you have 5 left, then flip this card over. So pretty much what you can do is that, turn 1 you charge whatever, turn 2 you play your own Android 16 that like lets you ramp up in energy, and then immediately so you went first. So turn 2 you go to 3 energy, your opponent charges something, they swing into your leader, and then you can awaken. So that's really good there. I don't think it's like just being able to awaken like on turn 2 with 5 life is great, and you also get to like draw the cards into your life, so there's some potential there. Backside, same negate permanent. You can pay the skill cost for and activate the rival blue-green card skills of cards in your energy. So I think it's saying that you can arrival from your energy area, which is really interesting. It's really nuts, to be honest. But and then auto once per turn, when a blue Android card is played from your energy area, place the top card of your deck in your energy mode in rest mode, so you even get the card cycled out. So you can pay for itself for arrival, and then you can play it. And it gets played in active mode. And active battle once per turn, use 1 blue-green multicolored Android card in your drop area in a combo, which means you get even more like free arrival stuff. So it's good. This is like, it's just super free arrival stuff. You're able to play a bunch of stuff and be really flexible in energy because it's blue too. So you can just use Dimension Magic or Bean. Like this looks really powerful all by itself. Energy Exhaust, Dual Attack, Blocker, Revenge, and Arrival for 1 blue, 1 green. If your card is blue or green, when you play this card, use it in a combo from your hand. Choose 1. Your opponent chooses 1 card in hand and discards it. I love hand destruction. Or you place up to 1 blue Android card with any cost of 1 from your deck in your drop area, then shuffle your deck. So both are good. Or use in a combo from your hand. So like, this is just a 1k combo, but like being able to, Yeah, this is like restricted to nothing. Like if you're just doing like blue-green hand control on anything, this card's really good because you can just like combo for one, and then you make your opponent discard a card. So it's like an anti-super combo, which is good. Or it's like if you're playing like instead of Cell's Kamehameha, you can use this card instead. So it's just great because it's also like an arrival blue-green for 2, and then dual attack, block, or revenge, which is good. Like this card's insane. It has a bunch of stuff with it. There's also this guy, rival for 4. When this card's played up to one Android 21 card with any cost of 5 or less from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck, then choose up to one Android 21 card with any cost of 5 or less in your hand and play it. So being able to just play this card for 4, and then you can get like the Android, either of the ones we're going to see below, and then when this card attacks, your opponent chooses one card in their hand and discards it. So like obviously we're doing like kind of like the cheating stuff out, and then also hand destruction. So like I'm very invested in this archetype. It looks like there's a lot of good stuff going for it already, and I'd be excited to really test it out. And both like this Android 21's great, obviously, because you can just pop one of your opponent's energy battle cards and life, so that's already good, like destruction there. And there's also this one, you play this card from your hand, look at the top 7 cards. Is this play from your hand? Okay, cool. From your deck. Yeah, so it essentially plays it from your deck, because it looks from your deck, it has it to your hand, then chooses one. So you can just like search this and play it. Look at the top 7 cards from your deck, choose up to one card, place in your energy and rest mode, shuffle your cards, and choose one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it. You can't play between 30k and 35k for the duration of the turn. But just like free ramp, being able to say either ramping, or you can use this either offensively or defensively, which is just good for 4 energy on that. And get this big double strike 25k body. I'm going to guess you're going to use it offensively because you'll have this guy swing, and then you also have this Android 21 swing, so there's that. And then the other archetype they kind of revealed today was the Bulma. So all Pan, Bulma, Chi-Chi, Videl, My Future, and Android 18 battle cards in all of your areas gain heroine and are treated as if they have no specified cost. So pretty much any main character who would have the female trait, I guess, in real life would have no specified cost. So that's really interesting. There's no doubt, like just a bunch of cards that I can't, like there's a lot of cards you can probably think about in this. And you can't play non-heroine battle cards, so you have to play heroine battle cards, which is a really interesting restriction as well. And then when you play the card, which means unisons are still fine too, but when you play a card, draw 1. And this card, one card, and then this card and the card you play gets plus 5k power for the turn. So like immediately there's like the pan blocker or pan negate you can use. There's also, I think, is there like a Videl negate too? I can't remember. Like you pay 1 and then you play it and then negates the attack. So if you do that, you just get like free card draw on both sides. But it's also only a 5k leader on this side. But just being able to cycle is really good. And then when your life is at 5 or less, draw 1 and then untap 1. So it's a 5 or less leader too, which is cool. And then Bulma, Life of Heroine, so it's 10k on that side. Play a card, draw 1. This card gains plus 5k power for the turn. Also, you can just like arrival stuff, like if you arrival some cards, which I think. Also, I'm guessing if like there's some like arrivals with like both characters on names on it, you're probably fine. And then active battle once per turn, choose one of your battle cards against plus 5k battle. So I guess it's more of just like all of the female Earthlings essentially are this, because it's Pan, Chi-Chi, yeah. So that's the idea for this. But active battle, choose one of your battle cards, gets plus 5k power for the battle too. So there's obviously, like, I have to dive deep into what all this entails, but it just really excites me in a lot of ways. So, and then also some cards do just get heroine on them. So like, for example, this launch, blocker, auto 1, if your leader card's Red Earthling, or a heroine card at the end of battle where this card is used in a combo, play this card from your drop area. So obviously this can help either Bulma, or it can even help the launch leader that just dropped, so that's good for that. So you can just play this card from your drop area. And then also we have Rosie, Blast Manipulator. I really like this card. If your lead card is green, our heroine card, when you play this card from your hand, your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand. This card's them, and this gains triple attack for the turn. So just having a 15k triple attack for 3 is already really good. Being able to just make your opponent discard, like this is like a better Rebriand 2-drop for 1 more energy, right? And you just have to have a green leader, so you can just do whatever you want. Like Cell Surge can just boom, pop this out, and then make your opponent discard 2, and then gain triple attack, which is really, really good. So this is a good card in my mind. I don't know if it's better than Rebriand, It's definitely more restricted because you have to be running mono green, but it's a good card. I really like it's just like a good game ender too, because if you can give it like crit with like perhaps like the new Raditz that give something crit for the turn for +1, you can just play this down, make your opponent drop 2 cards in hand, and then give this triple attack crit for the turn. I think that's really good. That's just a free Eggman combo, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, this Rosie is really good. And then we got like supports for old stuff. Like this card's really cool. So this is it just has a rival. It just has a rival, which is cool because like your field spell, the new field spell that just dropped, it just plays it for free, right? Like you just combo for a red green for free. So you can just play this card for free no matter what in a combo step. And then swap for 3 for 1 red if your leader card's a red Saiyan card with energy cost, and you have 3 more energy. Vegeta's lineage card with an energy cost of 3. So yeah, so I think they're making like a new Vegeta's lineage stuff too, which is cool. Kind of like Goku's lineage. And then when this card's played, choose 20 of your opponent's battle cards and gets minus 5k power for the turn. You can't play copies of this card for the turn. So just being able to just like this is like a free combo on top of itself, and if there's like a swap engine, it's good. Tor, keeper of the red armband, blue blocker. If your leader card is blue Saiyan card, and yet your opponent has 2 or more energy when this card is removed from your battle area by a skill, RKO'd, choose up to 1 of your blue Bardock's cards at any cost of 4 or 5 in your hand and play in rest mode. This could be really good in just like Bardock, but also like Vegito immediately comes to mind, because like if this card lives and then yeah, you can just say choose up to 1 of your opponent's choose up to 1 blue Bardock card at any cost of 4 or 5 in your hand and play in rest mode. So yeah, you can just play a Bardock for free, which you're probably already doing in that deck. So I think that can help out that archetype. You also have Soryo and Hop, Friends of Universe 9. Universe 9 kind of got their new leader that plays 2 drops for free at the end of every turn. So just being able to play this card is great. If you have energy Universe 9 card in play, negate this card's energy exhaust in all areas. So being able to do that is good too. And auto, when this card activates its blocker skill, your opponent may choose one of their cards and switch to rest mode. If they don't, draw 1. So this could be energy, it could be a leader, it could be anything. But it's good though, right? Because like if you just play this out and your opponent has like their leader and then like 2 energy up, you pretty much get free card draw, right? Because otherwise they'd want to have to like tap. Like if they have a 1 drop and they swing, they don't want to like untap their energy or whatever. So I think this card's good, especially because like it can activate blocker on your opponent's turn, and then you can rest something. If they don't rest something, you can play the Bergamo 4-drop. You know, pay, or is it 5? I think it's a 5-drop. Yeah, 5-drop, but you pay 2 energy to rest 2 of your opponent's other stuff. So just being able to like passively like scare your opponent to like make a decision that could be wrong can be very powerful. So I like this card. It's a cool card. But that's all that. They're going to be probably dropping a bunch more of these cards as we go. I think they've uploaded some of the green ones, so we're going to look at those real quick. I'm not going to go through all the cards because this video is already like 20 minutes long, but I did want to look at some of the ones. So we already kind of saw this Ten Shinhan leader, which I think is really cool. And just the fact that we've got like a bunch of new like War Martial Arts stuff for the first time in a really long time, so that's cool. Launch the Wild one, so activate for 2 if your leader's heroine plays a card from your hand with 2 markers on it. So it just means that like it gets around the specified cost. It's a 2-drop green unison. Look at top 5 cards, add to 1 World Tournament hero card in your hand and then shuffle your deck, so that's fine too. And then -1, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards, any cost adds up to 3 or less, and KO them. So this is also really good for like it can blow up tokens too. Because they don't have any cost, so you can just choose as many as you want and blow up them. So this could be like worst case. I could see this in a side deck for green cards, just to, if tokens become really good again, and I like it. This is a cool little combo, and I don't know if this will be better in like the actual Ten Shinhan deck or like announcer, but there's some cool stuff there. Chelsu you kind of have to run because it adds it to your hand for free. Mercenary Tau. Play up to 1 Mercenary Tau with any cost of 4 from your deck with the skills negated for the turn. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, play this card. Place this card at its owner's drop area. See. The green, play this card from your hand, then choose up 20 of your opponent's battle cards. And this would also work on the new announcer leader on the back side, I think. I don't remember if it's front or back, but We also have some new Broly cards, which is really great. So like a lot of these cards that we're getting support for are for cards that got kind of like the box topper for set 12. So that's really cool to see that, you know, even like it was kind of like a sneak peek for stuff that they wanted to, you know, have come out in this next set. So these Brolys are really nice. What is this? If your leader card's mono green, you have 3 more. You choose one of your mono green battle cards and cost 1 Broly's name, or an mono green. Place an artist drop if you do play this card from your hand. And then if you use the new Broly's ring, you can just bring that. You can just play this, and you can play the ring again, the demonic again, because it got placed in your drop area. So you can take like a life. So like that's good. Like, you know, Paragus is already kind of breaking it, but if you can play a body for it, it's good. And then when these cards play, choose a 20 of your opponent's battle cards, KO it. If you do choose one mono green Broly with evolved skill in your hand, play it on top of this card. So like that's like this is just good stuff. This is just like good stuff for the deck that is already good in my opinion. I've got a new rebrand that says Heroine on it. Can't be played by skills, so you can't just like Maiden Transformation it. But you play up to 1 green Kakunza and 1 Rosie from your deck with any cost 4 or less, and then shuffle your deck. You can only play mono green cards for the rest of the game. So, which means that you can't just like, oh man, how broken would it have been if you could just do this and then you get the Rosie and you get a Kakunza and then you just go into Cell Xeno. They're like proofreading your stuff, so you can't do that. But that's super funny. This 1-drop rebrand. Look at top. Look to 5 burst for 1. 3 more granted. Play up to 1 with any cost 3 or less. So this is fine. So even like a turn 2 play. So like you could do is this Kakunza from your hand though? You see that you can't just play it, but you can play like. Is there a good 3-drop? Not yet. I guess it's an old 3-drop, but like it's still fine. You can burst stuff too, which is really cool. We're gonna get a new reboot leader. I'd like that a lot. When you play this card, draw 1, burst 2. If your opponent has 8 or more cards in your hand, or 3 more energy, and 3 more energy, it gains plus 16k power and double strike until the next turn. So this could be really good in Slug, if Slug's ever good. Like this could just be a good like Basil for that archetype, which is cool. We already saw that card. Goku Solar Flare. Choose 4 of your opponent's battle cards, can activate block for the turn. And you get to draw a card if and it's negate. So like this is like a flexible card, I guess. This would be a side deck card if you're playing against a deck with a lot of blockers. Like, can you imagine if like your opponent was playing like the Red Balma leader and then like giving all their stuff blocker and then you just go boom. All right, well they can't activate blocker. I just win this turn. That'd be really sick. So if, like I guess that could be like a really cool counterplay for that. But you have to have a green Son Goku or a World Tournament card. So very kind of specific there. And then Homicidal Clones. This card is really cool. I think this is good. It's like a better Shocking Death Ball in a lot of ways. If your leader card is mono green, negate the attack, then play up to 1 meta token. That token gains blocker for the turn, so it can technically stop 2 attacks. And then permanent, your life is at 5 or less. You can activate this card's counter skill by adding 1 card from your life to your hand instead of paying its cost. This card's also not. You can activate this card, but like, it's like I'm thinking. Can you play it for free? Okay, I guess you could always do these for free too. All right, just making sure. Reef submission. Oh no, I broke it. All right, well, that's going to be it for today. Let me know what you guys think about this set. It looks like there's going to be a lot of cool archetypes. I'm already kind of jiving with the Android 16 one. It looks like, and just like a bunch of like these mediocre like kind of set or like archetypes that like I've been wanting to put a lot of love in, and I just couldn't find the mix for it. Or it looks like there's going to be a lot of cool, support for it, and it's definitely a lot more deck building possibilities than I think what kind of like set 12 has kind of left us with, because set 12 just had a lot of just like defined archetypes that you put a couple cards into to really refine. But this booster looks like it's a deck builder's dream, so I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you guys again for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you all next time.